In the last video, we did a free air bench test between the Skar SDR-12 and the Power Acoustik MOFO-12, and we allow you guys to decide who looked best on camera. So if you would like to know the winner of that competition and to see them perform in the custom enclosure, stick around. We got that and more coming right up. After the last video, I conducted a poll asking you guys, who do you think won the free air bench test between the Skar SDR-12 and the Power Acoustik MOFO-12? And at the timing of this video, 61% of you guys thought that the SDR performed better on the bench. So the final conclusion of the polls reflect Skar SDR-12 as the winner of the free air bench test. And before we get started, I'd like to thank once again the winning subscriber, David Martin. Thank you very much. We couldn't have done it without you. This was your suggestion, and I hope you enjoyed the video. After the last video, I conducted a second poll, and I asked you guys, what do you guys think of the leaderboard competitions and me giving final thoughts? 55% of you guys thought that I should do a final thought after each test. The overwhelming majority of you guys thought that I should do one on an overall. About 90% of you guys to be exact. So with that, I'm going to try to make it fair to the other guys who would like to have seen the final thoughts of the previous competitions as well. And how I'm going to be doing that is I'm going to be waiting until this competition is complete, and I'm going to wrap the final thoughts of all competitions into one video for you guys. But just keep in mind that I will do final thoughts after each video in the next leaderboard, as you guys have already requested. So right now, what I would like to do is go ahead on over to the ribbon page. And as you guys know, the Skar SDR did win its first ribbon of this competition. So there you go, kudos to Skar. Skar is the #1 or the first one to win a ribbon in this competition. However, we do have 2 more tests to conduct to complete the competition. And right now, I just want to let you guys know that the $150 category has been updated with the Audio Pipe TXX BDC 412 as the leading position there over the Skar SVR from the previous competition. Of course, right now what we're conducting is the $100 category. That'll be the Skar SDR-12 against the MOFO-12 from Power Acoustik. And for all the new guys, if you like DIY builds, comparisons, and competitions, consider clicking that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. As a refresher, I would like to go over the fact that I did pick up the Skar Audio SDR for $100. It has a max power rating of 1200 watts, an RMS power rating of 600 watts. This is a dual 2-ohm configuration, and it has a 2.5-inch voice coil. Once again, shout out to the winning subscriber, David Martin. We appreciate you, man. Once again, the Power Acoustik MOFO-12 I also picked up for $100. It has a max power rating of 2500 watts, an RMS power rating of 1200 watts. This is a dual 4-ohm configuration, and it also has a 2.5-inch voice coil. Moving on to the box test, I do have the Pioneer DEH-150 on deck. I got the Dayton Audio B652 Airs on the mids and high. And what we're going to be doing right now is a bass sweep for the Skar Audio SDR-12. If you guys have any questions about the parameters, please just pay attention to the right of your screen. And as always, we're going to sweep this one from 150 hertz down to 20 hertz. Skar SDR-12. That's 20 hertz. I'm going to play around with it a little bit and see how responsive it is. And that'll do it for the Skar SDR-12 on the sweep. Right now we're going to be moving onward to daily music test of the Skar SDR-12. Just a little track I put together, just a little mix to get the cone moving. This is going to be a variety of different types of music, just to see if you guys were to hook this up in your house, listening to movies, videos, things of that nature, what it would sound like or how responsive it will be on different genre of music. SDR is wired to 4 ohms, seeing approximately 800 to 1,000 watts. You guys to get a good set of headphones when you're listening to this. You gotta have a good set of headphones to appreciate what's going on in the background. Either that or listen to it through a bass, a sound bar, or some type of stereo, car stereo, home entertainment system, desktop speakers. You need some good listening equipment to really appreciate what's going on here. All right, so that'll do it for the box test of the Skar SDR-12. Coming right up is the Power Acoustik. Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind about the MOFO and the test that I'm doing with the MOFO is the fact that the MOFO is only going to be wired on one coil. I know I don't supposed to do that. I know it's frowned upon, but that's what I did. I wired it on one coil to give it a 4 ohm load to see what it would respond like with the same power as the SDR. My bad, next time I will pick subwoofers of the same impedance. This time I didn't do that, so I had to wire one side of it so it would be able to see 4 ohms. So just keep that in mind, that the Power Acoustik is taking about 800 to 1,000 watts on one coil. And this is the result of that. Once again, this is different genres of music. Once again, you guys are gonna need some proper listening equipment in order to appreciate what's going on here. Please stay tuned for the trunk test. If I can really max these guys out, that'll be the next test. I have affiliate links to all products in the leaderboard and descriptions below. All leaderboard items are Amazon links are in the descriptions below if you guys are looking to make a purchase of these. And that'll do it for the daily music test of the MOFO. Once again, the MOFO was taking all that power in one coil. I am so excited to see in the next video that I upload for you guys, which is the trunk test. I am very curious to see what exactly the MOFO can do with both coils wired up. Now, the only reason, I know some people are going to frown on me doing that, but the reason that I did the MOFO like that is because the MOFO actually has a nice power rating. And a lot of people was like, it doesn't do rated power or whatever the case, when in actuality, it held up pretty good in this test right here. It got my respect onto the bass sweep right now. I think the MOFO did pretty good to say that it was taking it in one coil, but I did want to just give each one the same power, and I figured as long as I had clean power and not a clip signal, that it wouldn't damage the subwoofer, and it did not damage the subwoofer. The coil is just fine. Once again, 150 all the way down to 20 hertz bass sweep. Hertz. Also keep in mind that the MOFO is brand new, very stiff. That's a brand new subwoofer, only been played how many times you've seen it in the video series, and that's it. Now, so it's time for me to kind of like just give a disclaimer out there. I'm not trying to sway you guys either way. Like I said, I'm not going to do final thoughts right now, but I have to point out the fact that the MOFO not only is a stiffer and more newer subwoofer than the Skar SDR is, it was also taking it in one coil. So keep that in mind. Clean power or not, you know, it's best to run a dual voice coil a dual voice coil subwoofer with both coils, even though if you keep it within the power range, it doesn't matter if you use one coil or two coils, as long as you don't overpower the coil. That being said, if you only use one coil, you're supposed to cut whatever its RMS rating is in half. So you're only supposed to send half that RMS rating through that one side of that speaker. In this case, I gave it full power. I gave it 800 to 1,000 watts in one coil, and it did damn good. You know, so I just got to throw that out there in defense of the MOFO. It did a damn good job. It impressed me, to be honest with you. But enough of that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Once again, if you guys are new here and you like DIY builds, comparisons, and competitions, consider clicking that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.